Hello, everybody. Andrew Blake from the digitalaudiomanual.com. And today let's talk about how to set up dual mono parallel bus compression in Cubase. The objective of having a dual mono compressor is to have your left and right channels of any stereo audio file react differently, or rather independent, on the left and right channels. Let's take a basic drum loop like this. If I take that channel, go up to the option to add a group to the selected tracks. This first group is kind of a connection group. It's going to allow you to add other tracks later if you want to, without a lot of extra setup. You want to just make this a stereo group. Let's add this track. Open the channel up, and at the top, where you have the option to route the output, set that to no bus. Let's call this group connection. And we want to right-click on this, go up to the option to add effects. We want to change the configuration on this to mono. We'll use the Vintage Compressor for our parallel compression. And we want 2 of these, so we come down to the bottom and add 2, and add the track. We want to link these 2 effects so that anything we do to one effect is going to be the same on the next. We just select them both, come up to the link option, make sure that volume is checked, and inserts. Hit OK. Now you can return to this at any time. If you need to re-edit it, simply hit the E button, and you can make other changes if you want. And then our final destination from this, we're going to right-click on these effects and tell it to add another group to the selected tracks. This configuration we want to make back to stereo. We'll set it to the stereo out. We'll call it our parallel mix. Now we're going to bring our direct routing into this picture. We go over to the far right, hit the Windows layout. Make sure this option says direct routing is checked. Then we're going to go to the Functions menu and make sure the direct routing summing mode is on. If we go back to our drum loop, look for the direct routing heading, which is right here. I'm going to hit this down arrow, and I'm going to choose stereo out. And then on the next slot, I'm going to hit the down arrow and look for my connection group that I set up a minute ago. And now I have control with my drum loop of how I want to send it to the stereo out, which is non-processed with no compression, or if I send it to the connection group, which has the parallel mono compression. Once you set up direct routing, you can actually turn it on and off right here with these buttons. So if I turn both of these off, right now if I played the project, I wouldn't hear anything. If I hit the stereo out, then I will hear my loop going right to the stereo output. If I turn that off and I hit the connection, then I will hear my loop going only to the parallel processing and ultimately on to the stereo out. Now let's observe what's happening so far. I'm going to turn off the stereo out because I only want to hear what's happening with our parallel processing to begin with. If I go to my effects channels, each of them have a Vintage Compressor. I'm going to open those up. I got one on the top, I got the one on the bottom, and right now the input is down. We're not seeing really any compression yet. Let's turn this input up until we see some activity on the lights. Something like that. That gets the idea going. But at this point, because this sample has left and right coming out of it equally, we really don't know if our compressors are doing their job yet. So I took the same sample, but moved everything to hard left and right. And if I play that directly through the stereo out, it sounds like this. Real obvious to hear it going back and forth. But now when I play that through the compressors, although it's moving left to right, it doesn't matter because the compressors are reading it no matter which side it's coming from. So we haven't achieved what we're trying to do yet. We look at our meters, we can see things are going left to right in the sound, but we're not hearing it in our headphones as far as our parallel connection goes. A couple of adjustments we need to make. First of all, let's go to our 2 effects, pan one of them hard left, the other one hard right, then going back to our connection group, opening that up, go to this tab that says panning. Listen to what happens as we change the panning on each one of these sends. Let's have a look at our compressors again. I'll open up number 1 and then number 2. Now watch what happens to the lights on these compressors. Each compressor is reacting to its own information coming in on either the left or the right side. Now let's go back and listen to our full stereo audio. Although both meters are moving, we know they are now responding distinctly to the information coming in on the left or the right. So if the left gets a little heavier or the right gets a little bit more bass, these compressors are now going to react independently and give just that much more independence to the sound. And when things are set up this way, all the level from this particular drum loop is controlled by its main fader. If at any point we wanted to add or send other information to this parallel channel, we could simply take that particular instrument. Let's say I go to this piano channel, open it up. I can simply go over to the send, come down and look for my connection group, choose that one, and then this piano sound will also be going to the stereo out, but just as well to our parallel mono compression. This truly is a more advanced technique for those of you that are into mixing and want to utilize more advanced tools like this. Go through those various steps, think about them, and now you can put them to use for something in your projects. And if you're looking to up your skill set with all the different features and functions in Cubase, be sure to click the link in the description of this video or stop by the digitalaudiomanual.com for more information. As always, it's great to have you here. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.